What's up, everybody? I'm Todd Jeremiah. We're here at the Macon Rally for Turning Point's Everything You Need series, and I'm going to be doing an interview with my grandpa and my dad talking about what Passages is and what you can look forward to in the future of Passages. So we're really excited about it, and I hope you guys enjoy. We're trying to kind of use Turning Point as like something, you know, we're trying to take the book that he's just written, Everything You Need, that kind of came out today, I think, and we're trying to take a chapter from that book. Each episode is a chapter from that book, and we're trying to kind of like repackage it for people to our age.
That's good.
Yeah. Yes, I'm feeling the rush.
Green M&M.
Okay.
During you got the first worship set, so you got this Amazing Grace.
Okay.
If you go backstage to Her World, that's where you'll get your mic.
Okay. So
Are you gonna sit? Because you're not gonna sit up front, right? You're gonna go.
No, I was gonna sit out front.
You are. Okay.
So I need to come up, like, do it.
Let's go get it now.
Okay. Yeah, it's pretty full.
So we decided this year we were going to launch a strategy to reach some of those young people who are in that very vulnerable age where they're trying to sort things out. And it was a very special thing called Passages. I'm so excited about it because my grandson, David Todd, is kind of the heart of it. Watch what they're doing. This is how they're going after this.
From the untouched landscape of Alaska to the bustling city life of New York and everything in between, I ventured out to experience everything I possibly could in every corner of the world, taking different routes that most people never get the chance to experience, with a goal to bring it back to you. Passages is a fast-paced, adventurous online video series with a purpose behind it. That purpose is to push us out of our comfort zones, so that we're able to see creation in a way previously unknown to us. Through this, we discover truths about ourselves and the extraordinary world we live in to see how we can apply these concepts in our everyday lives. I'm Todd Jeremiah. Join me and a few of my friends as we set out to explore new passages and deepen our faith along the way.
So, if it's okay with you all, we're going to expand our office conversation. We're going to ask David Todd if he'd come on up here too. So, David, come on up. So, you don't want to travel with us. Checking into a hotel with 3 David Jeremiahs confuses people a lot. We both fight for his room, but you know it doesn't usually work out that way. So, David Todd, tell everybody here about Passages. What is Passages?
Okay, yeah, like the video said, it's targeted for young adults through different social media platforms. So we're starting off with YouTube, and so that video is up on YouTube at PassagesTV. That's the YouTube channel. We also have an Instagram channel under that same name. But we're using that to kind of go after that generation, that college-age generation, you know, the one that I've been a part of and that I'm kind of living with right now in college. And it's meant to go where they are instead of them having to necessarily, like, they don't always come to church as much as they should. That's something I've noticed even at a Christian college. You know, a lot of times people, when they get in those college years, they kind of fall away from going to church as something that's not important to them. So we're trying to, like we said in the video, bring that to them. So with Passages, we're taking the book Everything You Need, and we're taking 5 of the chapters from that book, and we turn them into episodes that all have to do with different, you know, places that we went on our journey. And so the episodes are going to be about 3 to 4 minutes long, and they all talk about, you know, maybe self-control or diligence or perseverance or things like that.
That's great. So David, why is this outreach so important today?
Well, I mean, the outreach is important mostly because of the thing that you demonstrated with everybody standing up. You know, 98% of people who become Christians before they're 30. And so we're trying to reach that demographic, you know, while they're in that big decision-making part of their lives.
And your friends, they're not going to church and seeing like when we grew up or when Dad grew up.
No, it's becoming a major issue. People my age don't really think church is important anymore. And
You know what, David? We did a little survey in our Christian school in San Diego, which is associated with their church. And 85% of the students that go to our Christian school don't go to church anywhere. And the ones who do usually come to our church, they're from our church families, but we have many families from other, and they just don't come, they don't go to church. Church is not in fashion with young people these days.
No. So Dad, one of the most requested things that we get, calls that we get at Turning Point is people calling in for the salvation of their children and grandchildren. So why is the Passages ministry so important to you? And tell us about how you feel when you see all these young people getting involved in ministry at the level that they are now.
Well, I've been hanging out all summer with this whole team because he didn't come just to do the stand-up stuff. He brought some of his buddies with him, and all these kids his age are running around. They're doing all of the work. They have creative ways of capturing all of this, one of which we're going to see here shortly. And everywhere they go, they come up with new ideas. And I just look at them, I say, you're going to do what? And then they do it. And then it comes out, it's done so well. These kids are committed to excellence, and they want to make sure that the testimony of Jesus Christ is put into a context where kids will watch, and then maybe we can get their attention and get them to come back to the message of this book.
Yeah, so like you were saying, kind of grabbing their attention, that's one of the main purposes. And then at the end of the video, we provide links to different Bible studies on certain topics that they might want to get interested in. So it's really just a hook to grab them from their different social media platforms and lead them back to the content.
Amen.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
So David, Todd, what are the plans for Passages going forward?
Well, so we're starting off, the first episode on Sedona is going to drop Monday, October 7th, so this upcoming Monday. And then every single Monday for the next 10 weeks, we have episodes planned out. And then we have episodes in development for the future. We're actually shooting an episode right now that like all of you guys are kind of a part of. We're going to turn this event kind of into kind of a launch episode for Passages once those first 10 episodes are out and aired.
Yeah. So yeah, you see some of it
Oh my goodness.
happening right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, we use these drones in tons of our shots, as you could see in the video that we showed.
Yeah.
A lot of those shots were used from these drones. And we didn't use any stock footage, any of that. We all gathered that ourselves. So that was some kind of fun
He's very
with that.
comfortable with it, and we're both really nervous that this thing is flying right here, right now.
Yeah.
Really nervous.
I've had them fly inches from my head before, so it's...
But
Yeah.
it's great technology, and we have the people that understand it, young guys. The team that they've put together, they're not even old enough to rent cars. So when they go on the road, we have to send an adult with them to do. And a lot of things that they've done as parent and grandparent, we're better off if he tells us when he gets home what he did, instead of asking for permission to go do it. So that's another part of the dynamics of all this, but it's been great. They've had a busy summer putting that together. So Dad, first of all, we launched Airship Genesis to reach children, and we launched an app for that this year, and then now we're launching Passages. What is your prayer for Turning Point's ministry to the next generations?
Well, how many of you know the God who's been so good to us in our generation, the God we've embraced, the God who is the reason why we go to church, is the same God that is needed by our children and our grandchildren. Amen? I know some of the social people say that God is that our God is out of style, but there's only one God, and that's the God we serve. And we believe that the very message that's been so special to us is the message that's needed by the next generation. And the only difference is we just have to get their attention. We have to remind them that we live in this world. We're familiar with the technology of today. We know what a drone is, at least we do after tonight. And so what we're trying to say to these kids is, don't turn away from the God of your fathers, because the God of your fathers is the God who wants to grab hold of your life and do something special, and most of all, bring you to a faith in Jesus Christ.
Yeah.